Hello and welcome to discussion today on Rajya Sabha TV. I am Tina Jha. Today on the show, we will talk about One Nation, One Ombudsman. The Reserve Bank of India announced on Friday that it will be integrating consumer grievance redressal into a single ombudsman. At present, there are 3 dedicated ombudsman schemes for consumer grievance redressal in banking, non-banking finance sectors and also digital transactions. And according to the central bank, this move is intended to make the process of redressal of grievances easier by enabling the customers to register their complaints under the integrated scheme with one centralized reference points. And also the central bank says the integrated ombudsman scheme will be rolled out in June this year. So on discussion today, we will try and understand the need for such an integrated scheme and how it will benefit the consumers. And for this, we are joined by 2 distinguished panelists on the program. Let me introduce them to you. We have with us Dr. Farid Ahmed, former Executive Director at Punjab and Sindh Bank, and Professor Arvind Mohan, Department of Economics, University of Lucknow. Welcome to this edition of discussion today, gentlemen. Dr. Ahmed, let me begin the program with you. With your views on One Nation, One Ombudsman, what was the need for the Reserve Bank of India to integrate consumer grievances redressal under a single ombudsman?
Before answering your question on integrated one,
yes.
I just will touch how this has come, because consumer protection is very, very important. And in 1995, keeping the redressal of the grievances of customers or users of the banking institutions, Reserve Bank of India has thought a grievances mechanism, because financial institutions, particularly banks, play a very important role in the economy, and they are the service organizations. They should provide a seamless, smooth service so that it will facilitate the smooth financial transactions will take place. So with that intention, it was in 1995 it was introduced. Afterwards, it was amended in 2002 and then 2006 and 17 with all amendments. Now it is in operations. In 2018, they thought that the non-banking financial institutions are also should be added. So non-deposit taking financial institutions, non-banking financial institutions were added where their asset size was 100 crores. In 19, it was again amended, and non-deposit taking non-banking financial institutions were also added. And also in 2019, the entities which are issuing prepaid instruments were also added to this grievances mechanism. This mechanism is working independently on 3 platforms to 3 different types of institutions. Reserve Bank of India has thought in line with the global practices, in line with the best practices in the other countries. They thought that an integrated mechanism or integrated platform where all the customers, whether they are dealing with the banks or the financial institutions like NBFCs or PPIs, they can approach for the resolution of their grievances at one platform. So, and they want to create this integrated platform in such a way that it will become it will be a potential enough to be resourced and to solve the problems of all the customers. Particularly, when you are integrating the banks, financial institutions and PPIs, most of the customers they deal are retail customers. Their products and services are being enjoyed by the retail customers. So the retail customer, these services are almost all uniform. This will be helpful to the customers to approach a single platform, and also the platform will be helpful to the participating entities like banks, FIs and these PPIs, so that they can observe the defects, grievances and lapses of one and other organizations, so that they will be in a position to solve as early as possible in a better way, in an expeditious way, in an efficient and effective way.
Okay. Professor Mohan, coming to you with for your perspective on how this integrated scheme will make things easier for the consumers as far as grievance redressal is concerned?
I think this is a very interesting development. And I will want to focus on 2 important issues. One, as Mr. Farid has just mentioned, we have been observing, and Reserve Bank of India has been coming out with annual reports on this kind of consumer protection. And as has been rightly pointed out, very recently, just a few years back, the digital transaction was also brought under similar consumer protection effort. And that is how these three different parallel platforms got created, or they were available to the ordinary public. Now, one important thing which is being observed is that, particularly on the digital transaction side, what we have been observing is that the number of complaints which are coming is very, very low. As compared to them, when you are looking at the banking sector, the number of complaints is tens of times bigger than what we are observing on the digital platform as of now. So, because there are three different platforms, and this is the second important point, because there are three different platforms, and from the consumer's perspective, it is one single transaction where he or she is getting option to choose any of the payment options. So, variety of interface that this gentleman or the lady is undergoing with the bank is merely a matter of choice, whether it's the, say, maybe some kind of particular digital transaction or a prepaid payment platform or a bank or NBFC. So given that, it makes lots of sense from the consumer point of view that there is one single integrated platform. So both from the point of view of maybe optimizing various facilities that already exist with RBI, this integration will optimize those resources. Otherwise, at least on one of the platform, we are wasting much of the resources. And secondly, from the consumer perspective also, I think is a huge advancement. And I'm sure that once it's an integrated platform, and with this kind of announcement that RBI has made, many more people will come to know. On the digital platform also, many of the complaints which are not getting registered as of now, they may also get registered. And from consumer point of view, it's certainly much more beneficial. Integrated platform is a very good idea.
Okay, so it will of course make things easier for the consumers. But Dr. Ahmed, will it also make things faster? Because when from a consumer's perspective, dealing with banks and especially with grievance redressals, the experience is not good. It takes a lot of time. So will this integrated scheme also make things faster?
Definitely. It is the delay in the customers' grievances resolution with the banks or the financial institutions, because there is a procedure. When a customer is having a dissatisfaction, he has to claim a compensation against it for the deficiency in the services identified with the Reserve Bank of India. Once that deficiency in that service is entitled for the compensation, he has to approach that individual bank. In the banks, there is a setup that is the internal ombudsman. He will give his grievance resolution. If the customer is satisfied with that resolution, he will not go for the ombudsman of the Reserve Bank of India. If he is dissatisfied, he will go to that ombudsman. The ombudsmans are operating in 22 centers now, in region wise, and he will apply within 30 days. And he will give that ombudsman will give sufficient time to both the complainant and also to the bank to express their version, and ultimately he will give the decision. No doubt, in some cases there has been a delay, but integrated customer, as my colleague Mr. Arvind has said, customer feels that whether he is enjoying a particular facility with a bank or a financial institution or a PPI, his main problem is his grievance has to be solved. If it is an integrated platform, even the ombudsman missionary will be well versed with different problems related to the same product or service of different institutions, and the procedure and the functioning will be expedited. I feel that definitely it will improve the effectiveness and efficiency of functioning of the platform.
That's right. Okay. Coming back to you, Professor Mohan, let's now talk about the structure of the integrated scheme. Although a lot about it is not known yet because it will be rolled out only in June this year. But in order for the entire approach to be transparent and consumer friendly, what should the structure be like? What is desirable?
See, my understanding is that already, as Mr. Farid has just mentioned, already in the banking structure, there is a system of internal ombudsman. But similar facility on that level of transparency and that level of openness is not available in NBFC structure. So I think we should expect that an internal ombudsman shall get created within the NBFC also. And once there has to be a clear design that first maybe the complaint goes to that particular institution, and subsequently if the failure happens there, then this integrated facility should come in play. And once this integrated facility will be available to the ordinary consumer, the best advantage will be that even the internal ombudsman will always be on the toe. That they have to provide appropriate facility and appropriate redressal to the consumer. Mm-hmm. Also, because it's an integrated platform, there will be a comparison between these three different platforms as they exist today. Yes. So NBFC, if they are serving relatively inefficiently, I think gradually that comparison will be available. That what are the reasons that maybe the banking system is able to provide better redressal, more transparent system, and why the NBFC or the other platform is not able to provide. So I think this kind of integrated thing will be very good, particularly for the NBFC sector and for the prepaid sector.
Okay. Dr. Ahmed, talking about the structure, let's get your remark as well. What Professor Mohan suggests, there will of course be comparisons with the three different schemes that are operating currently and the integrated one when it is implemented in June this year. But looking at the current experience, how should the structure be like so that transparency is maintained and of course it's easier as well as faster as we've established in the first half of the discussion?
As Mr. Arvind said, whatever the scheme which is there in the scheduled commercial banks, the internal ombudsman, definitely it should be implemented in other organizations, that is NBFCs and PPIs, so that first level of complaints will be resolved fastly, speedily at the bank or the organization level itself. Others which are if the customer is not satisfied, then only he will come to the this platform, so that the number of complaints which will come to the which are coming to the present platforms will get reduced in the integrated platform, so that intermediary will help to reduce the platforms. If you see the digital transactions, the number of transactions, ATM transactions, online transactions, and all these transactions are increasing substantially during the last 1 or 2 years, particularly the post-COVID, it has increased substantially. So this may give rise to a lot of grievances because of system failure or whatever may be. These small grievances can be settled at a bank's level itself or the organization level itself, because NBFCs are also coming out with a lot of products. PPIs are giving their prepaid instruments. So this may give rise to a lot of grievances to the customers, users of these institutions. So if internal ombudsman is there in all the institutions, it will be very much helpful for those users of those institutions, and the problems and their grievances will be solved as expeditiously as possible.
Okay. Talking about the other aspect, Professor Mohan, coming back to you, after the complaint enters the system, how is it handled is of course very, very important. At present, since there is no data related to the turnaround time for a complaint, when the integrated scheme comes into effect, how can this aspect be taken care of?
If you look at RBI annual reports, they are providing picture for all three platforms as they exist today. Particularly when you are looking at the banking sector ombudsman, then the very interesting truth which is coming out is that since 2000 and now, the number of complaints have risen significantly, close to around 2 lakh complaints over there last year. Now, out of these 2 lakh complaints, over a period of time, the efficiency has been rising. Still, there is lots of scope for taking it forward further. But as far as the digital platform, etc. is concerned, probably the kind of confidence that people needed, either that is not there, because we all know that last 2, 3, 4 years, digital transactions have risen like anything. And post-COVID, I think much of transactions are actually happening there. This also means that lots of overlap is going to be there. Some of the complaints may be of such nature that different products from, say, the banking sector, NBFC or prepaid segment might get overlapped. So complaint might be of the nature that where maybe 2 or more institutions might be involved of different variety. So that also is only possible to address relatively smoothly and efficiently through an integrated system. So the expectation also, and as far as NBFC particularly is concerned, for a very long period of time, it has been a relatively less organized and less regulated segment. So I think this is also an intervention where you are trying to bring it on a similar platform. So I think it is only probably the first step in bringing variety of transactions and variety of institutions, whether NBFC or prepaid segment. I think gradually you will find that the distinction will gradually get blurred, because from the consumer side it is already blurred.
Yes.
Now we are trying to bring the institutional arrangement on the same level or same platform. So I think it's an integration of what has already happened from the consumer's perspective.
Absolutely. So the good thing is that there is one centralized reference point. But Dr. Ahmed, going forward, do you also see any challenges with this new scheme that is set to be rolled out in June this year? Could there be any problems with the new system?
Problems means the number, because till now the three platforms are dealing with three different types of institutions. When one institution, the platform is there for the past more than 2.5 decades. For NBFCs and others, it is only 1 or 2 years old. And NBFC customers, the awareness about the platform is very less. So the number of cases may be coming to these platforms are less. But in the coming days, with this integrated platform and the awareness to be created by the Reserve Bank of India, nowadays lot of the educational programs and the literacy, financial literacy programs are being undertaken by the Reserve Bank of India, so that it will create a lot of awareness among the customers and users of all the three institutions. So the number of cases will increase, as we suggested earlier, to reduce the number of cases. If internal ombudsman concept comes in other organizations also, the number will come down. Otherwise, the number of cases accumulated in the integrated platform will be more. And most of the time, the fair practices code to be followed by all these institutions, they are giving rise to the number of cases. If you see the annual reports of the Reserve Bank of India, surprisingly, that the fair practices not adhering to it is the one of the main reasons for the number of grievances. The ATMs, see, as Mr. Arvind said that in the last 2 years, the number of cases has increased. If you see that the percentage of cases of ATM transactions may be less out of total, but the number of grievances increased, because there will be a small type of grievances will be there. When somebody is operating the ATM, the money has not been delivered, the ATM belongs to some other customer. And in solving such grievances, the banks are taking more time, yes, because there is a process is involved and all. So the number of cases over a period of time from the banking sector, I am confident that they will come down related to this, because there is a stability, and the public sector banks are also going to operate because they have started the PSB alliance and the ease reforms and all. So there will be efficiency will be increased, and the number of cases from the public sector banks will come down. But all these three organizations put together, the cases may increase, but with the expertise of the platform, people who are holding the platform are working in the platform at a Reserve Bank of India with the 2.5 decades experience, they may tackle this number of cases in a better way, and they will be experienced in exposure to different type of problems from different institutions.
Okay, Professor Mohan, do you also see any potential challenges in the effective implementation of the integrated scheme? You said earlier that there are bound to be comparisons between the three current schemes and the integrated one, but going forward, the challenges according to you?
I think had we not integrated it, there would have been more challenges, because in the COVID period and post still the COVID period, during this period, we have seen particularly the prepaid segment has seen a huge jump. In some cases, the number of transactions have grown more than 100 times for some of the major platforms. Now, that kind of transaction was not happening earlier, one. Secondly, much of the banking transaction is also online. So interface otherwise from as far as the banking sector is concerned is going to go down, and number of complaints for the prepaid segment and for the NBFC segment is going to rise from this year onwards. Meaning, if you're looking at the say prepaid segment, as I mentioned, I think the only complaints which were registered last year were around 6 or 7,000 only, as compared to more than 2 lakh in the banking segment. So that platform would not have been that equipped to handle such large volume as it might have come. So in any case, intervention was required to transform that platform. Lots of resources would have gone into just enhancing that platform. So rather than doing that, we are now bringing the three together, which also means optimization. And as Mr. Farid said, the capacity which already exists in the banking ombudsman, that capacity automatically gets available here. So resources which might get relieved in the other segment may automatically get distributed. So I think this is a very good move, which will certainly lead to more efficiency.
Dr. Ahmed, let me take one concluding remark from you on, what's been announced by the Reserve Bank of India is, of course, in line with the global initiatives towards consumer protection. But how else or what more needs to be done to strengthen the mechanism for grievance redressal, both from the perspective of the consumers as well as, the institutions?
See, any grievance mechanism, it should focus on 4 P's. That is the product, policies, persons, and the procedures. This is the most important. These are the 4 things which give rise to the complaints. Sometimes products will give the rise to the complaints. Processes will give sometimes policies and people. So the integrated platform should focus the particular process-wise or people-wise or product-wise in comparison with the institution, because 3 types of institutions are involved. Yes. So when they take care of these 4 P's in comparison with the institutions, the integrated platform will be in a position to solve in a better way, in a speedy way, and also in a very efficient and effective way.
That's right. Okay, Professor Mohan, do you want to add something on how to strengthen the mechanism?
See, I think once we launch this, as RBI has already announced, I think lots of experience will come in. But my understanding is that the process is going to flow from top to bottom, right, particularly for the remaining 2 segments, the NBFC and prepaid segment. Because that kind of transparency, that kind of efficiency and competence and commitment to this kind of transparency and grievance redressal does not exist on the same scale in these 2 segments. So once this integrated facility gets created, in order to ensure that many of their cases or very large number of their cases don't actually go to the national level integrated ombudsman, I think the quality, efficiency and integrity in these institutions can also be expected to rise.
Absolutely. So with those valuable suggestions from both our panelists, it's time for me to wrap up this edition of discussion today. Thank you to both our guests for joining us on the show and sharing your valuable input on the subject with us. Pleasure having you on the program. So with that, I'll have to call it a wrap on discussion today. Let me remind our viewers that just in case you missed the television broadcast of our program, you can also watch it on YouTube, and you can send in your feedback and suggestions as well. Thank you for your time.